Yes God family, this is Megan of Yes God Wellness, and this is the 9th episode of the Yes God Cast. Is it the 9th one? Yes. Okay. Today we are going to be discussing energy and how energy works. And energy is what... Energy tends to be kind of a vague word, and it's kind of used in various different ways. And today I want to really break down exactly what energy is and how it operates, because that is going to give us a leg up in how we can operate and transform energy in our favor. Yes, God, because we are always working with and manipulating energy, whether we're aware of it or not. Energy is not just about good vibes, it's literally the operating system of our reality. And because we like to select our reality, and because we desire to select our reality and select the reality that is of great joy and pleasure and bliss to us, learning about energy is probably a good idea. Yes, God. So everything in this world is made of energy. All right. And energy is attention plus intention plus the state of being. In other words, your inner state of being, the things that you are giving your attention to, whether subconscious or not, the things that you are intending for yourself, whether subconscious or not, those are the things that you are transforming and selecting you for yourself energetically. And energy always precedes manifestation. Every state of being that we have corresponds to a different timeline, a different channel of reality. And I know it's tempting to think that we are just living in the same reality all day long, but the truth of the matter is that we are skipping timelines every moment, depending on our thoughts, depending on our nervous system, depending on our internal wiring and our expectations. We are literally skipping timelines each day. The reason why this is important to understand is because it's all energetic. And there's a book called Transurfing Reality, and it talks about the different pendulums of energy. And you can either be really, really high energy or really, really low energy. You can be feeling really positive or you can be feeling really negative. Most things in this reality are on a pendulum swing. So either you're feeling strongly for it or strongly against it or somewhere in the middle. The sweet spot for energy is exactly in the middle. It's not feeling too excited and too enthusiastic and too hopeful and too much longing, but it's also not feeling anti and I can't stand that and I hope it never, because either way, you are giving the same amount of energy to that thing, regardless of your feeling about it. And this is why it's so important to harness your energy, harness your awareness, harness your focus, because if you're giving your energy to things that you don't agree with, that you don't like, that you don't want to keep happening, unfortunately, energy does not understand the language of don't. Energy just understands, are you here or nah? If you hear, you like it, you love it. And that's it. That's the way energy works. So this is why detachment is so important as we navigate this journey. And this is why God consciousness is so important, because our egos tend to get caught up and think that we know what everything is supposed to be. We know the plan. We know how it's supposed to play itself out. We know the people that are supposed to be involved. We know this, we know that, blah, 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 blah. And if these things aren't in place, it can't happen. And what happens when we start to create this narrative is we try to take on all the hefty lifting when we have a whole pendulum at our service to do the heavy lifting for us. And the way that we allow the energetic pendulums to do the heavy lifting for us is we stay neutral, we stay detached, we stay fulfilled, complete, and whole with or without this circumstance, people, place, or thing manifesting itself. And the reason why that is so magnetic is because it is the point of neutrality. Neutrality is the point where you can take it or leave it. Neutral people are magnetic. When you know that someone is not needing you and yearning for you and chasing after you, you are more likely to be drawn to that person. When you know that someone is yearning and chasing and needing and desperately wanting you, you think about your natural responses to lean back. Okay, this is how energy works. And so this is what we have to keep in mind when we're taking inventory of our life, and anything, any goal that we are putting on a pedestal, any idol that we are putting before the reality and the knowing that we are already divine, whole, and complete with or without the circumstance. Whatever we are giving that obsessive, desperate energy to, we are actually repelling away from us. And this is why it's so important to understand energy and how it interacts with manifestation. Because energy work is really nervous system work. It's really a lot of internal reflection and self-awareness. And it's a lot of making correlations between the unconscious expectations that you have for life and why your life looks the way it does, because they are a direct correlation. Yes, God, on today. And the reason why this is so important to understand is because we can stop trying to force and push and effort things to happen. We can use our mind, we can use our imagination, we can use the faculty of attention and focus to pull the things that we desire to us, because we have already given ourselves permission to have the experience in our imagination before the physical experience comes to manifestation. And because we have given it ourselves already, we can already accept that as fulfillment. We have a choice to accept that as fulfillment, and we have a choice to accept that as inevitable, because it's already happened once, it's going to happen again. And this is how manifestation happens. This is how manifestation is happening. When you have had negative or traumatic experiences and you continue to expect them, and you continue to unconsciously even maybe, and when you continue to sometimes unconsciously just think that's how life goes. There's always a shoe that drops. Something always goes wrong. If something can go wrong, it will. Because you have these unconscious beliefs, you experience these things. And this is why it's so important for us to make the unconscious conscious, and then be intentional about planting new seeds in the unconscious, so that our new operating system, our new energetic blueprint is that everything always works out for me. I am already love. I am already perfect. I'm always chosen. No one is better than me. No one does it better than me. Everything I touch turns to gold. My wealth increases every day. I impact more and more people every day. God shines God's light through me every single day. And so being able to become and shine a light and become aware of our unconscious energetic blueprint allows us to change the blueprint. Yes, God. I hope this was a wonderful conversation. Oh, actually, no, take that part out. So the thing about overly attaching to something or overly resisting something is that the universe is going to naturally restore balance. So we can get ahead of that by being the balance in the first place, being okay with or without, being unbothered, knowing that it's inevitable, knowing that I already have access to it right here. And I know that because I've accessed it here, I'm going to access it there. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to check. I'm not going to keep going back and back and back. I'm going to just be still and know that I am a creator. Yes, God. And this is why Yes God Wellness has been so successful in sharing the good news of yoni steaming with women. Yoni steaming is a practice that has been used for thousands of years around the globe, and it allows women to utilize the medicinal properties of herbs to sit over the herbs and allow the herbs to be a safe space to release energetically and emotionally what is no longer serving them, so that they can practice a level of detachment and also practice a level of connection within themselves. If this is resonating with you and you would like to join us in the Yes God Body Spiritual Gym, check out my offerings below. And also, if you would like to come and start your yoni steaming journey, I do have a free quiz that will ask you all kinds of questions and give you a custom blend and regimen for your personal situation. Yes.